Okay, this is my application for Italian Dual Citizenship. I put everything together in a binder. I've got the most important thing is the envelope and the contents from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. That's supposed to stay in the envelope and untouched, so I just kind of left that alone. Then I've got my index where I have all of the family members, all of the sections. Like I have the consulate documents in section 1 and application identification, that's me, and then each person has a colored tag. So I have my consulate paperwork, it's all notarized, my application, notarized every page that I could notarize. And then this was living ancestor and deceased ancestor. And this is the checklist that I got off of their website telling me all of the information that I needed, all the documents I needed to get. I'm going to have my information and some proof of residency. And then this is my great-grandfather. This is his birth certificate from Sant'Arsenio. This is the Estratto dell'atto di nascita. And the envelope that it came with, big on sending envelopes. And this is the certificate of death. And then this was a letter from the USCIS saying that they found his information and that they were sending it on the way. I got clear copies of the documents that are in the USCIS envelope because they're pretty shoddy. They're legible and typed. So I found some better copies at Lawrence County Courthouse that are handwritten and much clearer. So I included that with the only kind of certification they can do, which is called a triple seal. And the envelope it came in. This is the actual copy of the Atti di Nascita from Sant'Arsenio, that from their books. There you go. This is the index from the books from the commune in Sant'Arsenio. And then this is another extra step I took. I contacted the Diocese of Pittsburgh because I figured coming from Italy they'd be used to going to their Duomo, and they'd find one in Newcastle, which I got lucky. It was St. Vitus down the street from where they used to live, and I got information on my great-grandfather for his marriage and his death. And then this was from Ancestry.com. This was just a piece of the puzzle, a registration card for American Armed Services saying that he's born in Sant'Arsenio, his date of birth. This is a clear copy of the certificate of naturalization. This was not required, but I found it, so I added that. These are more copies of the handwritten petition for naturalization and declaration of intention, and I believe oath of allegiance that came with the triple sealed thing. I had extras of these and I just figured I'd throw in another page. And the receipt that came with it, I was big on saving receipts and envelopes. And then this is 1920 and 1930 census paperwork. It's just more evidence. They're not certified, they're just copies, but they're there. And then this is, gotta be careful with that. This is great-grandma Teresa. She was born in Illinois. This is a apostille copy, and the receipts and the translation for her birth certificate and her death certificate. And then this is their marriage information. It's a apostille copy. The envelope it came in and the receipts. And then this is the Italian translation. Then this is Grandpa. This is Grandpa's birth certificate, certified apostille, Pennsylvania, and the translation, certificate of death. And then this is another request from the Diocese of Pittsburgh. They had the baptism information for Josephum Berfoldum Giordano. Parents Arsenio Giordano and Rosina Borio. And they use Latin including Latin forms. It's pretty neat stuff. The receipt for that. I have a name discrepancy on Grandpa's birth certificate, and I contacted a lawyer, and they told me that there's no legal mechanism in Pennsylvania for correcting the name of a birth certificate following the death of the person as the subject of the birth certificate. So what can I do? But he has all kinds of other stuff saying that he's who he says he is. This is Grandma Camilla's apostille and certified copy of her birth certificate, Italian translation, death certificate, and then their marriage information, and they were married in Nevada, so I had to get the license and the certificate. So there's a apostille copy of the license, there's the license, and the translation for the license. This is the marriage certificate and the apostille, and this is the Italian translation of that certificate. All the envelopes and receipts came with it. And now we are at my father. This is my father's birth certificate, apostille certified, and this is the Italian translation. He is still living. And this is my mother's apostille certified birth certificate and the Italian translation and the receipts for all of the stuff from Vegas. And then this is their marriage license. They were also married in Las Vegas, so here's the marriage license and the Italian translation. And then this is the certificate. As you can see, Nevada, their apostilles, they have the pages and they're like that, and they staple them together, so they're wider. They're wider than regular pages, so I hope that's okay. I'm thinking it'll be okay. I'm hoping it'll be okay. And then this is the Italian translation, the receipts and envelopes, and then we come to me. This is my birth certificate, apostille certified, and the Italian translation of my birth certificate. And this is my apostille certified marriage certificate from Arizona, and the Italian translation, and an envelope. So my idea, seeing that I'm never going to see this again, which makes me sad because it was so much work. So what I did is I made myself a duplicate. So this one doesn't have any certified or apostille documents, it's just all copies of everything. So I got all the copies, consulate information, nothing's notarized because I don't need it to be notarized. Yep. That's all that, citizenship, and then all of my, well, that's my ID, my bills, and then my great-grandfather's birth certificate, death certificate, and I sprung for the color copies so that, you know, I'll think it's neat later. And copies. I just made copies of everything. So I got a nice duplicate copy. So if they call me and they say, hey, this page is messed up, then I can know exactly what they're talking about. What do you think?